Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation Casino Royale. We're up to turn number 8. 8.2 for the CCP and 8.3 for the Soviet Union. It's January 1940, so let's get into the CCP turn. So they do have $2 to spend, but they're just going to hold on to it. So no expenditure of money. Okay, we do have a couple of combat moves. So we're breaking the truce with the KMT. So one of our infantry here in Shanghai is going to come down to Tibet and take that. Not worth anything, but gives us another territory for a recruitment roll. And then everything else that can move, which is 5 infantry, or 5 cavalry, 8 infantry, and 2 mountain infantry are all going to go into Suyan. So Bruce has a mountain infantry, a militia, and I have him with 2 infantry. I think he said 3, but for this battle, I'm just going to count it as 3 just to err on the side of caution. I only had him with 2. It is mountainous, so the cavalry will be 2s instead of 3s, and the mountain infantry is not affected, so they'll stay at 2s, and the 8 infantry will be 1s. And defending, Bruce has got a militia at 2, 3 infantry at 4, and then a mountain infantry at a 5. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's get some dice. That should be good. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, so we've got our 5 cavalry or 2s. 2, 4, 5. And then we got the 2 mountain at 2s. That's 7 2s we have here. So we need to get at least one, really a couple of hits. I see a 1. That's it. 1, 4, 6, 2, 7, 10, and a 12. So there's 1 hit. He'll lose the militia. And then we got what? 8 infantry at 1s. 4, 2 9s, and 11. And the other 4. We got a 1, 4, 6, and a 6. So we got 2 hits, I guess. It's about what can be expected. So Bruce will lose a militia and let's say 1 of the 3 infantry. Okay, so he has a militia at a 2. His infantry that died at a 4. And that missed, thank God. Then he's got 2 infantry alive at 4s. 5 and a 7 both miss. And a mountain at a 5. 7 misses. So he did get 1 hit on the lowest defending unit. So I'm going to lose a regular infantry. Okay. Okay, so Bruce should have left 2 infantry and a mountain. Okay, so we've got our 5 cavalry and our 2 mountain infantry. Again, these are all 2s. Holy shit. 4 2s. Wow. We only needed 3. Okay, so he is dead. Don't have to roll my infantry. Let's do his 2 infantry at 4s. 10 and a 3, 1 hit. And his mountain at a 5. Ow. That's no good. Mountain at a 5. Of course it hits. Okay, so we lose 2 more. 2 infantry. Okay, that wasn't thrilling. I would have preferred to only hit once. Okay, so we do take Suyan. And we take that with the 5 cavalry, 5 infantry, and 2 mountain infantry. And that's worth $1. So let's go ahead here. Move Japan down to 40. And the CCP up to a whopping $1. Okay. Okay, so that is it for combat. We have no non-combat. Okay, so let's do our recruitment roll. We did take 2 territories, so we're up to 4 territories. So let's go ahead over here. 4 or less. Again, right out. 4 we do hit, so that was good. We'll put one of our infantry back, and we're going to put him in about Shanghai, I guess. I'll put that chip down there for the infantry. Okay, So that is it for the CCP. So they went ahead and saved their 2, and they get $1 for Suyan. So that's $3 because they don't have the $2 bonus because I didn't repair the railroad this turn. Okay, so 3 is what the CCP will have next turn. Let me, before I get into the rest of the turn here, let's go ahead and put these guys in Suyan. So it's 5 cavalry, 5 infantry, which I'll have to take one of those chips away and get a sculpt, and 2 mountain infantry. Okay, so that is it for the CCP. Okay, so let's go on to the Soviet Union. So let's talk about this situation here a little bit. So we're finding ourselves in a little bit of a pickle thanks to Global War 36 enthusiasts. So he's clearly saving his blitzkrieg move to use against the Soviet Union. And right now he also has Barbarossa available to him. So we definitely can't let him use both of those special abilities on us. Well, you know, he just sweep through pretty much the whole country. So we're pretty much forced to declare war on Germany this turn. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then the other part of that was we're also going to go ahead and declare war on Japan at the same time. So we're at war now with both Japan and Germany. So that's why I went ahead and I've already switched out all the Mongolian pieces there, because once I'm at war with a major power, all of Mongolia and the units aligned with the Soviet Union. Okay. The other thing was our buy. We wanted to hold off and do our big buy next turn and collect another 30-something bucks this turn, but you can't risk it. Pete went ahead and aligned Romania. You got Transcaucasia wide open. Leningrad with all those transports he's got. Leningrad's vulnerable. So I really, really wanted to just declare war this turn after the purchase phase and then save my money and do my big buy next turn, but I just can't risk it. So that is why we're going to go ahead. So let's go into, well, first tech rolls. So we're going to try for advanced mechs 7 or higher, stage 1, advanced artillery, stage 3, 7 or higher, improved factory, stage 2, 7 or higher, and rockets, stage 2, 9 or higher. Okay, so I've got to get my dice tray back over here to go ahead with that. Okay, so first we have advanced mechs at a 7, a 10 succeeds. Advanced artillery at a 7, a 12, and we finished that. That was good. Factories at a 7, a 3 we miss, and rockets at a 9, a 2. So we got 2 out of 4. So we advance to stage 2 for mechs, and we finish artillery. Okay, so also when Pete annexed Romania, he did a D12 die roll because he's now adjacent to Soviet home territory, and we got a 6. So we're up to 31. Let's go ahead and do our D12. A 3, how wonderful. So that's neat. So we go to a whopping 34. Well, that could have been better. Okay, so let's get into purchases then. So we have $52 to spend, and we're going to spend all of it. We're doing 5, 10, 12, 14, 16 infantry for 32, and then 20 militia for 20. Because the first buy phase after being at war with a major power, we get our infantry class units are -1. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get into combat. So up here in, I think this is the North Sea maybe. We're going to take this sub in A9 and come over to A8 and convoy the Germans. I think that's worth $2. And then over here in the Far East, we're going to attack the Japanese. So these 6 infantry here in Cheetah are going to come down 1, to Western. Actually, we're going to go into Northern Manchuria. So 6 infantry into Northern Manchuria, and then this cavalry from Central Mongolia, 1, 2. Okay, and I think those are our only 2 combat moves. Nothing else there in Europe. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so here in Northern Manchuria, Bruce has a militia and an infantry. Now, I am crossing mountains before I can get to the roundel there that's free of mountains. So I think I'm only suffering this mountain penalty on round 1, I believe. So if that's the case, the 6 infantry are 1s, the cavalry's a 2. He's got a militia at a 2 and an infantry at a 4. Okay, so we have... Let me grab the dice I dropped. Okay, so we've got... let's go ahead with our 6 infantry first. So these are 6 1s. Oh my God. Wow, that is insane. Okay, so there's 3 hits. We only needed 2. Okay, Bruce's militia at a 2, a 4 misses, and the infantry at a 4. A 4 does hit. So we lose 1 unit taking Manchuria. We're going to lose an infantry, I guess. Okay, so we take Northern Manchuria with a cavalry and 5 infantry. That's worth $1, but I don't believe I get to collect money from captured territories until I'm at full production. So I don't believe I get that $1. Okay, and then we have the convoy rating up here. So Pete does not have radar or anti-submarine warfare. So this should be a +2. Soviets in red, Germans in black. Oh, we get nothing, 4-3. Okay, so that's it for combat. How about non-combat? Let's start over here in Central Mongolia. These 2 infantry are going to move down 1 to Suyan. We got 2 rail moves. So one of them is going to be this minor factory in Kiev is going to rail down to Transcaucasia. And the other is we're going to rail an infantry from Leningrad down to Transcaucasia. So one of the infantry there rails down to Transcaucasia. Let's see, what else do we got? We've got a tactical bomber at an air base in Moscow, along with a air transport and a paratrooper. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and land in Novosibirsk. Same thing with the tactical. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take what do we want to do here? While I'm here, this sub that's an A14 is going to go through the canal and move up to A9. We're going to take sorry for the delay, I'm not really sure. How about we're going to take these, these 3 cavalry and Western Russia are going to come down 1, 2 to Arel Kursk. And these 5 motorized infantry are going to move into Leningrad. I think that's it for non-combat. We're not going to move any of the ships down there. So that should be it. Okay, so how about unit placement? So we've got, I've broken them down into kind of where they're going. So we got 5 infantry that we're placing in our major factory in Royale, Kursk. We got 5 more infantry that we're going to place in our major factory in Leningrad. Let's see, what else do we got? We got 2 lone infantry here, and we're putting 1 here in Smolensk and 1 here in Novosibirsk. We're also gonna, well, I should have done this for combat, sorry guys. I want to destroy the rails here from Bessarabia into southern Ukraine and from western, from East Poland into western Ukraine. So destroy these rails here in those 2 territories, and also go ahead and destroy the you know what, we'll keep that airfield there in Kiev. Okay, so just destroy the rails there in western Ukraine and southern Ukraine. Okay, back to unit placement. We've got 4 more infantry. 2 are going to go in Stalingrad, and 2 are going to go in Moscow. Okay, so militia, we got a group of 5 militia. Those are going in Transcaucasia. We got 3 militia. Those are going in North Caucasia. We've got 2 militia, and those are going in Leningrad. Now, let's see what else. We've got 2 more militia, and those are going over here in Primorsky Krai. Then they're all single militia after that. 1 here in Amur, 1 here in Baradia, and all the rest I think are in Europe. Let's see. 1 in the Crimea. 1 in Smolensk. 1 in western Ukraine. 1 in Kiev. 1 in eastern Ukraine. And the other one, how about western Russia? Okay, so that should be it for the Soviet Union. So income, we don't have a recruitment in Mongolia, obviously. Well, we got Spain, so we got to roll a whopping 1. This really doesn't matter whatsoever, but a 1, a 9, we miss. Okay, so that's it there. So for income, we spent everything. We're sitting at $34. Okay, now I do believe I get to collect the $2 for Mongolia, so that's 36. And then we get, I think, 5 worth of bonuses. So let me double check here. So what do we got? Okay, so 1 each for Moscow, Leningrad, Stalingrad, so that's 3. And then 2 for the Lend-Lease. The Soviet Arctic line is free of enemy subs, which it is. So that's a 5 bonus. So we're at 34. The 5 bonus is 39. And I believe the 2 for Mongolia is 41. Because, again, we don't collect for Northern Manchuria. So I believe we're at 41. So let's do a unit recap real quick. So over here in the Far East, in Primorsky Krai are 2 militia. There's a militia each in Amur, Chita, and Baratia. In Northern Manchuria is 5 infantry and a cavalry. In Kruland is a militia. In Suyan is 5 CCP cavalry, 5 CCP infantry, 2 CCP mountain infantry, and 2 Soviet infantry. Singhai, 2 militia and an infantry. Tibetan infantry. Sikyang, a militia. Novosibirsk, a tactical bomber, an air transport, a paratrooper, and an infantry. Transcaucasia, a minor factory, 2 infantry, 5 militia. North Caucasia, 3 militia. Crimea, a militia and an infantry. Stalingrad, 2 infantry. Western Ukraine, Eastern Ukraine, Kiev, a militia piece. Smolensk, an infantry and a militia. Western Russia, militia. Moscow, 2 infantry. A fleet sub in A8 and A9. And then we've got Leningrad and Kursk. Okay, Leningrad is a fortification, a coastal artillery gun, 2 fighters, 3 militia, 5 motorized infantry, and 9 infantry. And Kursk is 10 motorized infantry, 2 light armor, 6 cavalry, and 5 infantry. So that should be it for the Soviet Union. Turning things over now to Boston, Bruce, and Japan.